And then we'll have the last panel Q&A. We intend to close at 6:15 as we have planned. We have 8 minutes. Maybe we'll take 3 or 4 questions. My request to speakers, whosoever are here, some of them said they have some engagement, they have to go. But still, I'll read out the names. Mr. Niranjan, Mr. Anil Bise, Mr. Vinit Nair, Mr. Srinath Narayanan, Mr. Shivaram, Mr. Rajbansh Talwar, Mr. Shanuk, Mr. Justin NJ, and finally Himanshu is already there, my president, and each other. A lot of patience all of you had, so please ask questions.
Yeah.
Who's the starter?
Yeah. Good evening. Thanks a lot. The afternoon session was really, really good. My question is to Justin. Justin, first of all, the view we have about Belden is like, it's a wire cable manufacturing company. And what you talked about was extraordinary, right? So we would, love to hear more from you in the stalls. But my question is, the gap between, or the journey between cyber security to IIoT security, that didn't come out while you were at length talking about cyber security. So how do you think, how do you see that linkage? And do you think that is also a separate journey and there's a linkage between these two journeys?
Thank you for the question. So just to make sure I get it right, you asked me how the journey could be separate from the IT side and the OT side. Is that correct? IoT side, and then how it's going to come together. I think a lot of organizations already have started on the IT journey, and the biggest issue is how do you then bridge that gap. IT compliance is a big thing, as you would know, and that's the first thing IoT and IIoT people look at, compliance. And the key thing is compliance is always a good place to start because it gives you a baseline to scope and tailor to your organization. The biggest pitfall with compliance is just because you're compliant, it doesn't mean you're going to be protected. And for us in automation and controls, we are always looking for the standards. Is that ATEX or Class 1 Div 2 IEC-EX? Is it 61850? We look for these things to be compliant. And I think as the journey for IIoT comes around, we need to think beyond that. The threats keep changing. And the problem with standards is standards change very slowly. So when a new threat comes up, how do you actually have a standard to rectify that? So the concepts that we're sharing with you around best practices has to do with, I think 62443 is an excellent place to start. There's a lot of components in there. And I think a lot of companies in the IoT space and around automation as well are starting to map 62443 to, if there are any functional safety engineers here in the room, you will know SIL ratings. They are mapping 62443 to security levels as well. So that's coming to the industry, and I believe from an IoT journey, a lot of us will follow down that path. Does that answer your question?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else? You can please get a mic there.
Hi, good evening. As usual, fantastic afternoon sessions. I have a question for Mr. Himanshu, who took us to a fantastic journey. I wanted to know, all the advanced control optimization that you have implemented, what kind of benefits you reaped?
I think some places benefit have not come. Some places benefit have come in couple of years, and some places benefit has come in 6 months. So it depends on the project and how it has been conceived. But many a time my experience is that we enlarged the benefit and showed, and it did not reach what we wanted to reach. So I would not be able to share you the exact figures. Again, I told you that that's what is for us. But if I look at advanced process control, we have set 20% gas consumption in the plant for that particular equipment.
That's good. Thank you.
Probably if there is anyone who wants to ask the last question, please. We have one.
I have one question to the speakers who are from the customer industries. How do you relate digitalization and safety? Do you have any case or something? Digitalization and plant safety.
You want the answer from the end users?
Yeah, preferably end users, otherwise
I think it comes back to you, Himanshu.
I'm sorry, I could not understand question.
Do you see a link? I mean, we have seen a lot of presentations on digitalization and productivity. Do you see a link between digitalization and safety?
And safety?
Yes, safety.
Safety of the plant. Yes, in one of the business we have started a sustainability and safety is a part of it. And we have even digitalized. What we have started is called as a best practice, and we have digitalized the performance on safety and even the plant digitalization. I think one plant we have achieved 2,000 days without an accident, where we have done a lot of automation and lot of work. So it has, but there is, I don't know, there is a direct link, because it's very difficult to say it's a management participation, digitalization, and every employee participation helps in safety. I don't think only digitalization will help in improving safety. Maybe I have not answered, but somebody else can.
I'll make a comment. I think safety is a very much a culture. You have to really adopt a safety culture. I would say there is a lot of relationship between safety and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity, you also got to really treat it like a culture change. You got to, in fact, actually teach educate all of your employees in a similar way, and you got to make it just like safety is important, same way cybersecurity is very, very important. So many times we look at it that there is a good relationship between cybersecurity and safety.
Okay, I think with this I'd like to stop the Q&A. I thank all the speakers, and then I'll formally make the little bit of announcements. Thank you all.